Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to cut through the noise and get straight to insights that, well, genuinely help you understand things better.
Glad to be diving in.
Today, something I think is pretty profound. We're looking at two short but really potent texts from way back in January 1934 from paper number 61.
That's right. They're titled One Beloved of God and Detachment.
Now, you might hear old spiritual texts and think, oh, abstract philosophy. But these feel different. They seem like blueprints for actually living differently.
Exactly. They're aimed at practical, transformative living, not just theory.
So our mission today is to sort of unpack the core ideas here, this intrinsic divine connection, what they call selfless service, inner freedom, and see how they, fit together.
It's a surprisingly cohesive path they lay out.
Yeah, because many of us feel this pressure, right? To do more, achieve more, to find fulfillment. But what if purpose isn't out there in the striving?
What if it starts with recognizing who you already are? That's exactly where these texts begin. They offer these universal truths, really aimed at shifting consciousness and, crucially, action.
Right now, for you, the listener.
Yes. Their value isn't just historical, it's about a lived spirituality.
Okay, so let's unpack that first one. One beloved of God. It presents this, pretty radical idea. You don't earn a divine connection.
No, it's presented as an intrinsic identity. It's already there.
So it shifts your whole self-perception away from the isolated ego, that part of us always trying to prove something, towards seeing yourself as an integral, even cherished part of something much bigger.
Imagine the freedom in that. If you stop trying to earn love or worth and realize you are inherently beloved.
That's not just comforting, is it? It feels like a fundamental reorientation, could unleash some serious selflessness.
And that inherent identity, being beloved, it directly implies a purpose. It naturally leads towards selfless action, aligning what you do with a sort of divine flow.
An active awareness, maybe? A guiding presence in what you do?
Something like that, yes.
Okay, but then how do you act from that place, that beloved place, without getting totally tangled up in the world's demands, desires, all that stuff?
And that brings us right to detachment. And this one is so often misunderstood.
Yeah, people hear detachment and think coldness, apathy, pulling away from life.
But that's not it at all, according to these texts. It's defined as an inner liberation. Freedom from that egoic clinging to desires, outcomes, attachments.
So it's freedom for action, not freedom from action. Is that right?
Precisely. Think of it like, maybe a surfer. Deeply engaged with the wave, but not desperately clinging to it, flowing with it.
Whereas the egoic clinging is like holding on for dear life, wanting the perfect ride, which actually makes you less agile, probably fall off more.
Exactly. So detachment empowers you, doesn't paralyze. It frees you from that constant fear of failure or the endless chase for personal gain.
Allowing for purer action, more focused action.
Yes, because by letting go of trying to control external outcomes, you actually gain more internal control, more inner stability.
Okay, I see. It enhances your ability to actually get things done effectively.
Think of a leader making tough calls without just worrying about being liked. Or an artist creating for expression, not just sales.
Right. It redefines spiritual power.
Yeah.
It's an inner state that makes you more effective externally. So if that's detachment, what about true service? How does that fit in?
Well, the texts are clear. True service is action driven by pure love, by divine will. It's selfless. No expectation of reward, no looking for recognition.
It's like a spiritual practice in itself. A form of devotion through action.
And detachment is absolutely key for that. It liberates you to act without being crippled by anxiety about the results.
So service isn't just like the end result of feeling connected.
No, it's also a powerful path to deepen that connection.
Yeah.
It's reciprocal. Giving genuinely fosters spiritual growth. It's how you cultivate maturity in this way of being.
And the texts apparently use stories, personal experiences, to make this real.
They do. Vivid anecdotes. Someone finding real joy in service, despite hardship, maybe caring for others in dire straits, not for praise, just from an inner call.
Showing it flows from inside, not just external conditions.
Right. And another story might show someone overcoming attachment to results and finding they have more impact and more freedom.
So they're not like superhero stories. They're relatable.
Very relatable. They validate the principles, make them tangible, accessible for you, the listener. They bridge theory and lived reality.
Okay, so bringing it all together for today, what does this mean for us right now?
Well, these teachings aren't just history lessons. They offer a practical method for living a more aligned, impactful life.
A kind of virtuous cycle. You embody being beloved. That inspires true service,
which is then purified and enabled by detachment.
which in turn deepens your connection to the divine. It feeds itself.
Exactly. It fosters continuous spiritual growth, a pathway to real fulfillment.
The wisdom here, in one beloved of God and detachment, it feels like it cuts across specific doctrines.
It does. It speaks to universal human potential, the path to fulfillment through love, through service. It resonates widely.
So here's something to think about. If true spiritual power, real effectiveness, comes from this inner state of freedom, how might practicing detachment, even just a little, change how you approach your daily actions, your goals, even the small things?
That's the question to take away, isn't it? How might that shift things for you?